Good morning, friends. Today I would like to discuss some of the aspects related to the drilling machine. The two, especially that is related to the column type drilling machine. So first, let me start with the parts related to this column type drilling machine. So you can see here, this is what is called as the column. Column is actually prepare and looks. Column is actually the box shaped casted product which is hollow in nature, and you can see there are a lot of parts which are placed inside this hollow casted product. All these parts are related to the machine elements which are typically utilized to create the kinematic aspects related to the drilling machine. There may be the high speed gearbox, clutches, feed reversing mechanism, speed reversing mechanism, like that lot of parts are placed. We'll discuss those things in detail in the latter part of the video. And here you can see at the bottommost location, this is the base, and you can see all the parts of this machine tool are directly placed on the base, and this base will decide the floor space requirement and usually grounded to the ground by using the foundation bolts. And you can see there is a bed here or the table on which you can see the T slots. The purpose of the T slots is to hold the work part by using T bolts and clamps, or you can use some other accessories just like the bench vise, and this bench vise is directly placed on the table by using the T bolts, and between the mobile and fixed jaw we can hold small regular jobs. Or if you want to hold the cylindrical work parts, you can place directly on the V block, and this V block is placed on the table, and in order to restrict the axial movement of the cylindrical block we are using the clamps. Or we can also use some other work holding devices, that may be the jigs also. And then we'll look into the aspects related to the tool. So here this is called as the drill spindle, and this drill spindle is provided with the slot. So whenever there is an axial movement, axial feed motion for the drill spindle, it will not create any hampering to the rotation of the work part because of this provision of slot. And here at the bottommost location you can see there is the tool holding device, and here it is a 3-jaw chuck. A 3-jaw chuck is placed, that is inserted inside the tapered hole provided in the spindle, and the 3-jaw chuck is holding the drill bit, you can see here. And now you can see there are some thrust bearings which are provided here. So the purpose of the thrust bearing is to take the thrust loads which are created during the drilling operation. As you know, whenever we are performing the drilling operation, there is a lot of axial compressive force that is created on the drill bit, and that is taken care by this thrust bearing. And you can also see there, this is the rack, and this is what the pinion. So we already know that the feed motion that is created for the drill bit is because of the rack and pinion mechanism. Now let us discuss something related to the kinematic aspects related to the drilling machine. So let us start with the cutting motion. So the cutting motion is related to the rotation of the cutting tool. So how this rotation is created, that is what we are going to discuss now. First, let us say this is what the motor, okay, and then you can see here this is called as the reversing mechanism. So this reversing mechanism is typically used to rotate the drill bit either in the clockwise direction or in the counterclockwise direction. So you can see here there is a clutch which is provided here. If this clutch is attached to the left hand side of the bevel gear, then the shaft, this is the shaft 1 of the high speed gearbox, that will be rotated in the clockwise direction. If this clutch is attached to the right hand side of the bevel gear, then this particular shaft 1 of the high speed gearbox is rotated in the anti-clockwise direction. So the location of the clutch, that is the engagement of the clutch either to the right hand side bevel gear or the left hand side bevel gear, that will decide the rotation of the drill bit, that is either in the clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction. So what we can say is First we have the motor. Motor is transferring the motion to the reversing mechanism. So this reversing mechanism is called as the speed reversing mechanism. Okay, and speed reversing mechanism is transferring the motion to high speed gearbox. And you can see here there are 3 stages in this high speed gearbox, that is 2 into 2 into 3. Okay, in stage 1 there are 2 cluster gear, in stage 2 2 cluster gear, and in stage 3 there are 3 cluster gear. So this is the shaft 2, this is the shaft 3, and this is the shaft 4. So total how many speeds that are possible here? 12 speeds, and the motion is transferred from shaft 1 to shaft 4. So from the shaft 4 we have this bevel gear. You can see here there is a bevel gear setup. So what is the bevel gear purpose? It is used to transfer the motion between 2 shafts which are perpendicular to each other. And finally the motion is transferred to what? Drill head or drill spindle or the drill bit. In this way you will get the rotation for the work part. This is related to the cutting motion of the drill bit. So now let us move to the other aspects related to the feed motion. So what is the feed motion here? So the feed motion is nothing but the translatory motion which is acting in the vertical direction. So let us talk about the feed motion, that is the translation in vertical direction. So here up to this the transfer of motion remains the same, and from there, from the high speed gearbox, we have this worm and worm gear setup. So from this worm gear setup, again we have this reversing mechanism, and this reversing mechanism is related to the feed motion. So again there are 3 bevel gears which are utilized here. Again the clutch, if it is attached to the left hand side, then you will get the feed motion in the vertically downward direction, or if it is attached to the right hand side, then you will get the feed motion in the vertically upward direction. And here you can see how many stages are there. There are only 2 stages here. So 2 into 3 speed gearbox is used. So how many total speeds are possible? There are 6 speeds are possible here. So 6 speed feed gearbox and 12 speed gearbox are utilized here. And here this is the shaft 1, this is the shaft 2, this is the shaft 3. Now again you can see there is a clutch. So if this clutch is engaged, then the motion is transferred to this worm. This is worm and worm gear setup. From this worm and worm gear is nothing but here the pinion, and this pinion is coming in contact with this rack. So rack, and finally this cutting tool is provided with, this is called as the rack, and finally this cutting tool is provided with feed motion in the vertically downward direction. Now let us see how to get this feed motion manually. So in order to get manually, so we will disengage this clutch. Okay, if we disengage this clutch, automatically what happens? The motion from the feed gearbox is not transferred to worm and pinion mechanism. So what we can see here, there is a handle here. If you disengage that clutch and if you rotate this handle, and again there is a bevel gear setup here which is used to transfer the motion to the worm, and again worm will rotate. So if the handle is rotated, you are transferring the motion to the bevel gears, from bevel gears to worm and worm gear, and finally the motion will be transferred to the rack and pinion mechanism, and finally we are having the feed motion. So in this way you can get the feed motion either power operated or it may be the manually driven. Okay, thank you.